everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and today we are walking through the Twines and Paper Weeks Size Planner. This is actually called a week book, and this is the dated 2024. I ended up ordering this like 2 months ago. I'll put the exact date. I ordered it down here. Editing Sammy here to bring the info. I've got receipts for all this if need be. I don't want to cause any planner drama, but definitely this was pretty unacceptable practice, and I have not received an email response from them at all. So looking at this timeline, I ordered March 20th. I got a shipping notice March 25th, which was great, and then I realized, my thing has not arrived yet, and so I finally emailed them May 2nd. Because I checked the shipping and nothing's happened except they printed a label. So it hasn't been received by the Postal Service yet. And I was like, hey, where's my package? It's been a while. It's been way past your shipping window, which is already an extreme shipping window at the time. The current website says processing time is 20 business days. So that doesn't include weekends or holidays, which is insane. That's way too much of a shipping window. Like, I ran a small business over 10 years ago. It did not take me a month to ship something out. So anyway, emailed them very nicely, never heard back from them. I emailed them May 2nd. May 3rd, my package got put into the Postal Service system, which means they printed my shipping label so that I would get a notice saying that my package was shipped, and then they held on to it or didn't package it up for a month. Actually over a month, because I emailed them past a month mark, and then magically the system picked it up the next day. So had I not griped at them, like, I was nice about my gripe, but I was like, hey, where's my package? Has it actually shipped yet? Magically, right after that, it did get put into the system. So yeah, just all around not super impressed with that. And unfortunately, their products are gorgeous. I love the planner that I did receive, but I probably won't purchase from them again because there are a lot of other companies making very similar planners, like Sterling Ink, for example, who ship out like the next day or the next couple of days in a reasonable amount of shipping time. And it's unfortunate because the shipping from Germany only took like 7 days. It got shipped May 3rd. I received it May 10th. So if they had shipped it in a reasonable amount of time, it would have arrived in a reasonable amount of time, even from Germany. So, I just don't love that. And on top of that, like, even me emailing, they put it in the system. They never emailed me back. So I got 0 email response back, no apology, no like, oh, your package got misplaced or something, nothing. They just stuck it in the mail and wiped their hands clean of everything. And that's just really, really lame customer service. And like I said, there are a lot of these Tomoe River paper planners out there. These are not the only ones. They are not the most beautiful ones in the first place anyway. So I'm posting this video kind of as a warning, but also showing you another option that is out there if you are willing to wait. And it's just a really lame move to hold on to something. First of all, it's a dated planner, so it kind of has an expiration date, and to waste over over a month and a half just holding on to the planner without sticking it in the mail, and to get the notice way early, like in a reasonable amount of time, for it to just sit with them is really unacceptable and unfortunate. And I'm not even editing this video until June 19th. I've had the planner for a while. I thought about not even reviewing the planner because I cannot back their customer service because it's 0. And I don't know, it's one of those companies where I'm like, oh, they had such a great product, but they really blew it. They missed the mark for me. And I don't want to just sit here and bash them or anything because they do make a pretty product. So I thought about it for a while, and I decided I will go ahead and post it with this warning on the video because I cannot stand behind their customer service, whereas other companies that I've worked with or talked to or ordered from have had outstanding customer service. And so it's really hard for me to put a video out there promoting anything or talking about anything without warning appropriately, because I feel like there are so many small businesses who are doing it right and who deserve our dollars and our time and our efforts, and this one just was not it for me. But I just can't get behind this one, guys. I don't follow their social media stuff anymore, and I most likely will not order from them again, just knowing what I know. I would recommend, if you're purchasing from them, to just expect it to take about 2 months to get to you if you're in the United States. I was shocked. Their shipping information says basically like they don't even ship it for weeks. And I find that I find that incredibly frustrating. Not that I was gonna start using the planner anyway, but I definitely wanted to review it earlier in the year so that I could have the information for you guys, and it just did not pan out like that. So I'm just already not very happy with it. I tried to write to them. It was well after that amount of time. They never wrote me back. I was just not overall pleased with how long the shipping took and then the lack of communication. So just overall, I'm not super fangirly about the way the company has done things, but I want to still review this. It does have the gold edges, the gilding, and it's just really pretty. It's got this like leatherette, PU leather type cover, but it has like a texture, pebbly feel to it, and it has a really beautiful leathery look. They do have other colors. I got the honey color, and it's just a really pretty planner. It is Weeks size, so comparing it to Sterling Ink Weeks, it's pretty much spot on, the same height and width and about the same thickness, a little bit thicker. This is the compact size, and it's really pretty. It's a full year of week pages, and I like their setup. It does have habit trackers. Like, the main draw for me getting it is it's a little bit different of a layout. My kids are home, they're making noise. I really like the addition of the habit tracker down here. It does have the dashboard page, and then it has different sections for each day. Each day has the horizontal spread with 2 sections. It does have the monthly calendar, but I would put a sticker over that, and then this top section. So this could be like your top priorities of the week or your goals of the week, and then you could divide this out between like appointments and to-do listing, or like your timed or activities, and then to-do list type stuff. Or if this was to be some sort of meal or fitness tracker, it could be your meals and your fitness stuff. And then I love the little habit tracker down at the bottom. It's got 6 lines for your weekly habits, and then the rest of this page is notes. So I really got it for this layout. It is a little bit different of a layout. Before we get into the planner too much, I want to show you my little unboxing. They did have some freebies included, and this is like vellum type of stickers, so they are very thin and delicate, and they work really nicely. I have used a few of this little freebie sheet. So let's go ahead and walk through the actual pages themselves. It is a dated planner, and I would potentially use this at the half-year mark and then redate the first half of the year if I were to use this. I have a couple of ideas of how I might use this. So walking in, you get the little coverlet page. It takes you right to a little title page. It does say WEEKBOOK, designed by Twines and Paper. And then here is your yearly spread. You've got some room down at the bottom. And then here are your quarterly pages. So it's got quarter 1, quarter 2, 3, and 4. It has the little tiny monthly calendars for each section. It has an important section, and then January through March, April through June for quarter 2. There are quotes here up at the top. And then you also get quarter 3 and 4. So that finishes up your whole year. And these are just grid boxes, but you have a little bit darker line around it. And as far as ink goes, I feel like it is very light, especially like the grid lines. It is something that's visible. Some other planners like Aura Estelle and like the first Sterling inks were very, very light. The lines were very hard to see. These ones are not. Here are your habit trackers. You get 2 per page. You can dot these as habits. There's 9 spots for various habits if you want to do some sort of dot or a line a day type of thing. There's a little bit of room for that. There's also a box at the top and a box down at the bottom that can be used. So you get all the months for that. And then you move into your monthly calendars, and now these are super skinny. They put the weeks numbers over here, so they didn't go all the way to this edge. And then there's a lot of border right here. So I feel like this one is very, very slender, teeny tiny, and there's lots of border room around. So for somebody like me who writes really big, this is basically unusable for me. It's so teeny tiny, but you get those for every month. I was trying to find one that has a 6th week, and I don't know if they drop it down or combine days. So we're just gonna flip through until we find something that's combined. I think September actually is the month. Yeah, so it drops down if there's an extra week needed, for there being 1 day on this week and then 1 day on this week for September. But you just get the monthly calendars. There are week numbers on here as well. you get some just blank gridded pages, and then you move into your weekly pages. And this is what I already showed at the beginning. You get the 2 boxes, the monthly calendar, the extra section, full note page, except the habit tracker down at the bottom. My idea for this one actually is content planning. So I have one already that I use for my YouTube videos. This would be more like Instagram and like YouTube short type of stuff, and also like my habit trackers for things. My youngest is going to start pre-K, and it's going to be a full-time program, and this is my first time having both of my kids in full-time school. So starting in August, I really want to get more stuff done in my kid free time, so that's what I'm thinking more towards, is maybe using this as a content planner, and that way these two can stack together and it's a little bit segmented, like more the YouTube videos, like the YouTube video notes and ideas and all that kind of brainstorming here. And then this is like what's going up on like reels, stories, like I can have different sections segmented off. I can do my daily things like checking the comment section or making sure the videos go live or posting something to Instagram. Those kind of things can go in the habit tracker, and then this can be more like writing out what details I need for these kind of things, or planning for various things over there. So looking at it, I feel like it could be a good content planner for me. I have other ideas for future content planning as well, but that was one of my main things I thought personally that I could use this for. So walking all the way to the end of the year, you get the last week in the year, which goes to January 5th, and then you get lined paper, and the lined paper is numbered. So this one starts page 1, and then it's all the way through the end of the book, which ends on 204. So you get plenty of notes pages in the back, but I could totally see that being my system there, just using both of these, or I could see just, you know, trying to make this one work throughout the entire 2024 and then actually repurposing this for 2025. That could also be an option if I want to stay small and compact, but I don't know what other ideas you guys have for this. I would love to know in the comment section down below how you would use something like this. I feel like it's a great little overview for your week because it gives you room for your day-to-day stuff, also like a weekly to-do list or weekly goals. Also your habit tracker down here. I love that there's a little habit tracker built into the weekly layout every week. It's just such a nice layout. So I wanted to showcase it to you guys. It was one that really caught my eye at the beginning of the year, and I got one when they put them on sale because I just blew through my budget for new planners at the beginning of the year. I had a set amount of planners I wanted to review, and this one happened to make my list but not make my budget cut. So I finally was able to squeeze that in later on in the year. So I hope you guys like to look at this one. I'm interested to see what their 2025s will look like. It definitely looks like a nice planner. I was just not super thrilled with the long wait time because I feel like a company, for instance, Sterling Ink, they ship their stuff like next day or like 2 days later. I've never had a long shipping time, even during a big sale with Sterling Ink. I've always had great shipping, with the exception obviously of pre-orders. You know there's going to be a long lead time with that, but this one, even on the website, it did say really long lead time. So I feel like they need to hire another worker or something to get things out in a reasonable amount of time, because it's not reasonable to wait 2 months for a planner. You know, they're timed things, and now we're into May as of me getting this. That would be my only gripe. Otherwise, it's a gorgeous book. I love the layout of it. You just have to know that going into it. Like certain companies, you know they're gonna have a really long shipping lead time where you're working with really small companies, but at the same time, like I ran a small company, I got my stuff out way quicker than that. It's just unacceptable, even for small companies. Like I expect you to ship things out in a more reasonable amount of time. But anyway, that was my only gripe with it. I'm flipping further in my book. These grids seem to be maybe a touch bigger than, yeah, these are a touch bigger than the Sterling Ink grid. So if you're familiar with the Sterling Ink, these ones happen to be a tiny bit bigger, and that to me is great. Size-wise, these grids are both wonderful. The only one that I have problems with is the take a note because it is super teeny tiny, but these grids are fine. A little bit bigger than Sterling Ink is totally fine in my book. So I hope you guys liked a look at the Twines and Paper planner. They do have other colors of these. They did mark them down at some point, which is when I purchased one. So probably they'll mark them down again, and hopefully they'll have a pre-order with lots of lead time so that people can get the 2025s in plenty of time. So I hope you guys liked it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, follow me along, and let me know what you would use this layout for. I feel like there's so many possibilities because it's just such a nice little comprehensive layout. I would love to hear what ideas you guys have for this layout. So have a great day, and I will catch you next time. Bye.